I started to kind of look over something. And that's my bread and butter. I'm talking about the World Television Championship. Now, for week in and week out, and all the months since I've been champion, I went right on this TV, put my reputation on the line, defending against top names. Garvin, Wahoo McDaniels, Rhodes himself, Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton. I'm still a World Television Championship. You see the little misfortune we've had within the Horsemen. I'm talking about Tully Blanchard. The whole scheme of things, professional wrestling, any sporting event is based on one fact. It's called human error. If there wasn't human error, any sporting event would all be equal. If everybody was perfect, there would be no winners and no losers. But one brief little setback does not inflict on the Four Horsemen regime, if you understand what I'm saying. But what it did to me, it did make me realize, snap me back to reality. So on any given night, when two top professionals enter the ring, anybody's got can get beat. So that kind of snapped me back to my bread and butter, the thing that qualified me to be one of the Four Horsemen. So Rhodes, Garvin, Wahoo McDaniels, Rock and Roll Express, Dick Murdoch, I don't care who you are, just remember one thing. I'm on my tiptoes. I know you're after me, so when we crawl in the ring, same storyline. One fall, 20 minutes, and there's not an individual on the face of this earth can beat me in 20 minutes. Let's make an example out of a couple of punks.
Ole and Arn Anderson, and now they're going.
Skills and vocabulary too. Comprehension of this edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
What's up, everybody? A show that should have happened like 3.5 hours ago is going down now. Welcome to Ring Time Pro Wrestling. Keith is in the building, riding solo in the captain's chair. This has been an incredible week in professional wrestling. We're going to celebrate. I don't know if this is our last show before Black History Month is over. But if it is, hey man, it might be an okay ride in this wrestling world. R-Truth still got a belt. Bobby Lashley may have lost one, but somebody else picked up one. We gonna go down the line. We're gonna talk about it all. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take us back from the beginning of the week and work us all the way to the end. So let's go to Elimination Chamber, of all places. First of all, shouts out to the WWE for, hey, having a short paper. Okay. Putting Raw and SmackDown back together for pay-per-views, not really a fan. It kind of, to me, takes away some of the spice of them having their own shows. But they're on the pay-per-views together. Cool, I can rock with that. But these shows was getting long, man. And starting them at 7 o'clock, getting over at midnight. Look, dude only has so much time. So I will say this. I was appreciative of Elimination Chamber. They got us out. Hey, man, you could have been in bed by like 10:30 and had a good night. So that's good. All right. Without that being said, let's get into the show. Buddy Murphy defeated Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight title, or retained his Cruiserweight title on the pre-show. Not too much to get into there. So the show opens up. I thought the women's tag title may have event the show, but they didn't. They opened the show, which is good. I mean, it may have got everybody excited. So all our teams come in. And it starts off Boss and Hug. And I want to say they started this match off against... Did they start off against the Riott Squad? No. They started off against Fire Desire. Which was interesting. Because that's how the match ended, I believe. So, the IIconics came... Tamina and Nia came, Naomi and Carmella came, and of course Naomi and Carmella were the first eliminated. We were concerned about Boss and Hug because of Sasha's shoulder injury, and you could tell she was nursing something, and she still was nursing the injury. And there were a lot of points in the match where she kind of fell off to the side, sat off to the side, and nobody was bothering her. And I think that was kind of protected the injury a little bit. But they still made it through. We still got to the end of the match. And the Boston Hug, Sasha and Bayley, are the women's tag team champions, which, since the exception of them having these belts, we thought this was going to happen. Were they going to be the first? Were they going to be the second? Who knew? Excuse the yawn, because I thought maybe I got past that. But excuse the yawn. But yeah, they're the first. How long will they keep the belts? We don't know. They're going to have a lot of fierce competition. They're going to defend the belts across 2 shows. But shouts out to Sasha and Bayley. Once again, Black History Month. Getting them belts. So... the show moves along, and then Shane and The Miz defend their tag team titles against the Usos and lose. It was a decent match, good back and forth. Y'all know how I feel about Shane and some of the stuff he does and the antics. And this angle is weird as shit too. Oh, it's so weird. Okay, so the premise of this angle is that Miz wants to make his dad proud. Also behind the fact that he admires Shane and wants to do this with Shane, and Shane helped him believe in himself, and and he didn't think of himself as the best, and until he got with Shane. And okay, so that being said, that means I have to ignore the whole previous years of the Miz career. Also, I have to ignore that I've seen his dad at events before. I have to ignore anything I've ever seen on TV about him and his dad, and get into wrestling and watching it at his dad's place. And all that has to go out the window. And also, I have to assume that his dad is now all of a sudden proud that the guy has won a tag team title with Shane McMahon. Not that he was a previous tag team champion before, an undisputed tag team champion with the Big Show. No. Or the fact that the guy was the world champ at one point. The guy headlined WrestleMania. WrestleMania 27, he's in the main event. Dad wasn't proud there, but Dad is proud of those SmackDown tag team titles. This lets you know they don't care what you think. They don't care where you were. They don't believe you pay attention. If they did, they would at least try. And they also have too many writers. They have too many writers who don't care because they don't really watch it. They don't really care about wrestling. So they think like, this will fly by. Who cares about that stuff? See, that right there. Which, I don't even know why, because that gets to a whole other torturous discussion. And then people are going to ask, well, why are you watching? I don't know. I don't think we've established that by now, too. I don't know. I don't know why I'll turn this shit off. I don't know. But, okay, anyway. Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. And by pinning Lio Rush, Finn became the new Intercontinental Champion. And it was Leo's fault. It was very much Leo's fault. And Lashley kind of snapped after the match, and Lio deserved to get beat up. But we'll see what happens later on down the line. Ronda Rousey defeated Ruby Riott in a pretty much of a squash match, right? Ruby, despite being a leader of a faction, despite her faction didn't really get to shine that much in the chamber, you thought, hey, maybe we'll let her have a good showing. She's not going to win. Like, that can't happen. She's not going to win. Ronda Rousey has not lost since she's been here, and she ain't going to lose to Ruby Riott. That's not going to be the first loss. And it ain't going to be ahead of WrestleMania. So, that's that. But it didn't have to look that bad. See, like, last pay-per-view, Sasha made us believe. Sasha was like, all right. We was like, all right. Go with it. Ronda had all she could handle from Sasha Banks. And maybe you just can't let like everybody can challenge Ronda Rousey. Maybe that's part of the problem. And maybe because there was another goal for Sasha. Because she had the belt to win this week. She couldn't look that bad last month. So maybe that's that. I don't know. But that's how that match ended. But then Charlotte Flair, who happened to be ringside, came in the ring. Then Becky Lynch showed up on crutches because she's still out. She's suspended, but she still came through the crowd on crutches and was able to get over the guardrail with crutches, and the security couldn't stop her. Anyway, Becky Lynch beat everybody's ass with crutches, and the triple threat is getting more and more in shape. Becky just got to get healed, and I think they got to figure out a way to keep her off TV, and just let her sit and heal. Like sit. Because she cannot have any limping in April. But that's neither here nor there. Baron Corbin defeated Braun Strowman in a no DQ match. In that match, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre both showed up with chairs to help take down the monster. And then there was a triple powerbomb through a couple of tables to make it all work. I don't know what the long-range goal is for all of these men, but I guess we'll find out at some point. So that got us to the main event. Like I said, I'm running this show as quickly as it went. 6 men all vying for the WWE title. Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton all want to take down Daniel Bryan. How did it go? Well, Samoa Joe was the first one eliminated. The match wasn't even warm yet when Joe got put out. Shit. But that happened. Then went Jeff Hardy, then AJ, then Randy Orton. Kofi Kingston was the last man standing. Now, I don't know how to tell you how happy I was to see Kofi as the last man standing against Daniel Bryan. But I also felt teased because they made me believe, and they made you believe, man, look, Kofi was, this was a hell of a week. So if you go from Tuesday, where he does that hour and eliminates 3 guys in the gauntlet match, you're like, damn right, Kofi. Damn right. I'm with Kofi. To see this, and it's like, I expected him to get put out early. But then he did get put out early. So then it became, I thought we were back. We were going for it. I told you, I said on Twitter, hey man, I don't expect this guy to win. But if he does, there will be 08 Obama level celebrations at this place. I was feeling it and I was believing, and damn it, the near falls were happening, trouble in paradise, and then it all crumbled down. And Kofi got beat. He lost. But it's okay. I appreciate the effort. And I thought it was an incredible effort. And it also showed that this guy could main event. I don't think he's ever got a look that tight before, except for like way back in the day on Raw with Randy Orton one time. But for the most part, he's never really got that kind of look. And I watch it, and I'm like, oh shit. And then the crowd was with it. Houston wanted Kofi Kingston. Real talk. They were in on it. They were like, shit, this is going down. Just didn't work out. Damn shame, man. First fat boys now this just didn't work out. Now, what I did like was after the match, the New Day came down, Xavier and Big E, his brothers, and they picked him up. And they got him out of there. And they held him down. And they told him, look, man, you did a good job. It came a little short, but you on your way. And I was happy to see those brothers show that love. I just wish that man could have won that belt. That's all. No more, no less. Just wish he could have won the belt. But it was a good pay-per-view. I think it set us up. I didn't realize Fastlane is going down. So when we did the preview show, we were like, hey, this is the last pay-per-view till Royal Rumble. I mean, that's Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. Nah, man, Fastlane next month, March 10th. Going down. Less than a month before WrestleMania. Shit, man. Still a lot tops and turns to happen, I guess. That's all I can tell you. Still a lot of stuff that can happen. So, we'll get to Fastlane later on. But for now, we're going to talk about Raw. So, to deal with Raw, we are going to talk about this. Two things. One, NXT call-ups. Well, not even call-ups. Debuts. Guys who were going to show, they gave Raw a shot in the arm. I guess this is post-pay-per-view show. Let's make Raw great again. Shot in the arm. Ricochet was on Raw. DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, were on Raw. And Aleister Black showed up on Raw. We're going to go down the line. We're going to talk about all the guys who are on Raw. But before we do all of that, there was an announcement made earlier that day. And we got the first inductees of the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame class. And you might remember these guys.
We will only use the words ass, damn, hell, and bitch. We will never, however, use the words shit, fuck, goddamn, Jesus Christ, faggot, or any other racial or sexual slurs. Now then, as it pertains to video, we promise there will be less dick references.
Oh, shit.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Well, fuck me.
God damn it. Fuck. Anyway, there will be less penis references.
Oh, and one last thing. Even though many of you believe that currently the favorite pastime in the oral office is swallow the leader, I did not. I repeat, I did not sleep with that young intern. As a matter of fact, I was up all night.
Yes. Degeneration X is joining the WWE Hall of Fame. The entire group is joining the Hall of Fame. So what that means, both incarnations of DX will be joining the Hall of Fame. The Triple H Shawn Michaels version and the Triple H led version that had X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws going in. China will be involved in the induction. I don't know if we're throwing Rick Rude in there, but okay. Doesn't really matter. China's going in. And this is how they're going to solve the China Hall of Fame issue. She's just going to be a part of DX. Now, what that does is that you don't have to do a major introspection on just her. And you can isolate the idea of people looking for just her. Shawn Michaels will be a 2-time inductee because he was also inducted as an individual. join Ric Flair as the other two-time inductee who was inducted as a horseman. More than deserving. Both sets of the faction help the company. One helped survive, one helped put it over the top. I think it's the most crucial element in the rise of Triple H. I think it is, because Triple H in itself, I think will go in as a solo artist, and deservedly so. I hope this is just not his only Hall of Fame induction. Because, I mean, his career deserves to be celebrated as, like, one of the... Like, he has one of those distinguished careers. Like, we can start legitimately asking at least top 10 all time, right? Good for X-Pac. Probably wasn't going to get it otherwise. Good for the Outlaws. Probably weren't going to get it otherwise. Yeah. It was something cool. It represents a very, very, very cool time in the wrestling business. So, shouts out to DX. So, with that being said, we'll get back to Raw. Braun Strowman faced Baron Corbin again. This time it was in a tables match. Baron didn't get no help. Braun got him through a table. Finn Balor got some help. He tagged with the Merchant Star Ricochet, and they defeated Lashley and Rush. So, of course, they were going to win, because if Balor could do it by himself one night, I guess with a partner, he could do it the next night. Also, I think we'll be interested to talk about and discuss from that match is that, hey, man, we just act like Leo Rush didn't get his ass beat the night before. But, you know, maybe Lashley got over it. Maybe all was forgiven. You know, I can see how that happened. Maybe all was forgiven. But, yeah, that happened. Going down here. Lucha House Party defeated Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Not really a big deal. So, DIY, Tommaso, Gargano show up with their belts from NXT, the North American champion and NXT champion. They take on the Raw Tag Team champions, the Revival. Now, you have seen this match before in NXT. This time it is on the main stage. They did all right by it. And Gargano and Ciampa won. Strong debuts on Raw. They're good. Here you go. Nia Jax and Tamina have words for Boss 'n' Hook. And actually, because Boss 'n' Hook came out celebrating their tag team titles, Nia and Tamina said, look, that was a little bullshit that happened last night. We'll see y'all again. Let's rock. Also reminded them, Sasha, you win titles all the time, but you lose them the very first time you defend them. So, hey, we'll be waiting on you. So we'll see how that works out. Drew McIntyre defeated Dean Ambrose in a weird angle. I guess Ambrose is riding it out. And they try to do something that, I don't know what they do. Ambrose is just riding this out for right now. Aleister Black won his Raw debut, defeating Elias. And Ronda Rousey beat up Ruby Riott again. And this time she beat up all her friends. And that's pretty much how Raw went. And with that being said, we are going to hit a break. So, let me give you a little halftime heat. And with that, we will be back. Yeah, I think I can do this. Be right back.
Guys, you can't help but hear the audience chanting, "New Day sucks." What's your reaction to that, and how's that been affecting you?
Hurts, Renee. Hurts.
Renee, it's disappointing. But we promise you will not find disappointment in our dancing. You won't find it in our chanting, and you definitely won't find it in our clap. You see, Renee, we clap or we snap.
That's right. You see, Renee, yesterday I was at the airport getting something to eat, and a kid came up to me and said,
Mr. E, that New Day thing is terrible. But my brother's a big fan, and can you sign this breakfast menu for him?
And I replied, of course I can, buddy boy. And you know why I'm able to? Because I clap.
I'd have kicked that kid to the curb.
All right, we are back. Birthdays. Birthdays this week are pretty light. Nothing happens today. Tomorrow, which will be Sunday, I guess, because y'all gonna get this on Saturday morning. Shinsuke Nakamura celebrates a birthday. Shinsuke will turn 39. Corey Graves is gonna turn 35. And that's it. Now, the big celebration is Monday, right? Monday is the boom. There are a few other birthdays. Maria Kanellis, I think, got a birthday on Monday. Sean O'Hare got a birthday on Monday. But the big birthday on Monday is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Ric Flair will be turning 70. Ric Flair's going for 70. Woo! And, because of the last couple of years, there was a time we was worried we wouldn't go get Ric Flair at 70. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be at Raw in Atlanta. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not yet. That will require a phone call and a few text messages to see what happens. But if not, I'll be watching like the rest of y'all on my HD TV and enjoying it. So yeah, shouts out to Nate. That's going down. So now we have the news, and I will blow through the news, man, step by step. Try to get it out because it is a lot, right? It's kind of funny. So generally we don't have a lot of news. Generally we have like a couple of headlines, just little things, little knickknacks. This week, man, it just kept adding on, and because we did the show later than I would thought. So ideally I wanted to do it Wednesday. Stuff kept happening. Work just been draining. Been studying a lot, man. So it wasn't going down. Tonight I was going to do it like 3 hours ago. Didn't do it. But that's fine. We're here. And we're making do. And I actually think this has turned out to be a good show so far. Eddie Edwards re-ups with Impact Wrestling. I think this is good for Impact. I think it's good for Eddie. I think Eddie's a very good talent. I think him and Davey are one of the best tag teams I have ever seen. But this Eddie as a solo guy, I think has really turned up his career. Because I couldn't help but look at Davey Richards as a star of that team. But now, down the line here, I look at Eddie Edwards like, yo, this guy got it. So, I appreciate it. And he made a good decision. I think you have to look at the landscape of wrestling. He could have came over to the WWE. He could have signed with NXT and tried to work his grind through that. Could have went to Japan. Could have tried out with AEW. And here's the thing. I hope a lot of people aren't thinking that that's going to be a good bailout spot. Because I don't think that's how they're going to run that company. You know, one of the failures of a lot of people who tried to challenge the WWE is that when people left, they got scooped up. one of the things that killed Impact, aka TNA, was as soon as somebody got kicked out of WWE for drugs, y'all wanted to put them under contract and give them the world title. And that shit ain't cool. But I think a all elite wrestler, I think they're looking for the best of the best. So like the only guy, like a guy like Dean Ambrose can come over, right? But Joe TV match ain't probably cooking in the man. So, yeah, man. Ugh. Good job, Eddie. That's all I can tell you. Good job, Eddie. Corey Graves' wife accuses him of having an affair with Carmella via Instagram. So, Sunday, day of the pay-per-view, this shit blows up. It blows up and it gets messy in a hurry. Corey tried to tag his wife like, hey man, you need to get this shit down. This is WWE ain't liking this. I think she deleted it, but by the end the damage was done. She accused that man of having an affair with Carmella, and that sucked because Carmella's one of her daughter's favorite wrestlers. And I was like, ooh, that is, like, I had questions like, how do we get there? But for what's been said, Corey is not such a lying, dirty dog. Him and his wife have been separated for 6 months, apparently. And they've just been going through, they've been stressed out, and, she aired out all kinds of dirty laundry, said, she survived suicide attempts, she survived alcoholism, it's But yeah, Corey, man, it was looking bad, but it ain't as bad as we thought, right? The WWE purchased the rights to War Games from MLW. So MLW had been using War Games, and kind of funny, during the sale of WCW to WWE, something happened. We were glitchy with the paperwork or something like that, and the rights to the name War Games kind of got held up in the air. MLW got a hold of it and started running with it, using it. WWE has used it in NXT, but I think they want to probably be the only company that can do it. And since MLW is now getting on TV and working out in Florida, same place where NXT works out of, they decided to maybe they need to acquire that. And shout out to MLW for taking the money, not trying to die on a bogus hill. And like, oh shit, well, we do it on War Games. We'll call it Double Cage. I don't know. Or they just won't do the match. But hey, good way to get an extra buck out. DX did a Hall of Fame. So, one thing that I've seen this week is Undertaker retirement rumors. Websites doing full-on Undertaker has retired, forces confirmed, I said forces, like the force be with you. No, sources confirmed that they said that he retired, and that's further from the truth. Taker has not hung up his boots, but he ain't really announced when he's going to be back either. He's going to appear at StarCast 2, which I think is in May. He's not going to use his Undertaker. He's going to go by more bootleg name version that I think a lot of us know who've been around a while. But yeah, man, Taker just out hanging, living his best life. I hate that song. I don't know why I said that. But they say Vince does not like this. Vince was not really cool with it. But hey, man, Taker like 60. Let that man move on. Let him live. Raw also. We'll see Roman Reigns appear. Roman Reigns, the first time on Raw since his leukemia announcement. So we'll see Roman, and man, hopefully he got some good news for us. And but yeah. Roman will be there. Can't wait to see him, man. Godspeed, brother. Big thing in the news this week. WWE went like crazy. So, the biggest name is they released some talent. And they released a producer. So, with the talent, not that big of a deal. They released TJP, who I forgot he was working there. Ty Dillinger, ain't been on TV in a minute and actually has been angling for his release, so he got what he wanted. Ty, you're not going to All Elite. Just let you know. Yeah, so. But, whew, okay. So, I got through TJP, I got through Ty Dillinger, Hideo Itami, who we thought was going to get released anyway, and I think he had asked for his release a while back, because he's going to go back to Japan. So, it just never quite worked out. Injuries also kind of robbed him a little bit, so that's, to be fair to him. The big thing is, the agent, the producer backstage, Arn Anderson, the guy you heard at the top of this show with the opening promo that opened up this show. Arn ain't there no more. That's it. Apparently they have parted ways. I don't know what the details behind it all is, but yeah, Double A, the Enforcer, Rick's right hand man, ain't gonna be there Monday when Rick show up. Arn been working there 18 years straight. Now, it may be a change of the guard. Maybe they feel like our voice that got stale in the locker room. He need to go away for a while. But I don't know what a young person, even a young vet, that's been around so long, can't learn from our... Eric, you can always learn something from Arn Anderson. But there are a whole slew of new faces backstage. Like, all of TNA... Golly. Joseph Park, a.k.a. Abyss. Sanjay Dutt. Shane Helms. Jeff Jarrett. They all backstage? Working? Davari is back there working too? They all backstage now with these new jobs, man. It's like... Maybe y'all just need some fresh blood. Maybe that's the thing. And maybe those guys can help y'all. So, Yeah. So, I'm going down the list here. Because I know I got some more stuff. Oh. Biopic. So, Hulk Hogan is getting a biopic. It's going to Netflix, of all places. It's not even going to theaters. And it's slated to star Chris Hemsworth, a.k.a. Thor. Interested to see it. See how that works out. Are we going to ignore the last 9 years of the man's life? Because that matters. But, best of luck to everybody involved. And with that being said, we are on to SmackDown. So, SmackDown saw our NXT friends show up again. It saw Shane and Miz talk about not having the tag team titles. Usos talk bad about Miz. Shane and Miz agreed to a rematch. So... But, yeah. So, that being said, Aleister Black defeats Andrade in his SmackDown debut, which Zelina Vega, I'm sure, was ringside, with 6 degrees of separation. Zelina and Aleister are a thing. They're actually married. Mandy Rose defeated Asuka in an upset. Now, this is because Lacey Evans came down during the match, distracted Asuka, who rarely takes her eye off the ball, and that allowed Mandy to steal a quick pin. Only thing I think about this angle is this. One, we have no fucking idea what to do with Asuka. Like, you forgot Asuka had a championship. I think if I was around, I would watch my back. I think they want this is the start. Like, Mandy Rose getting a pin on Asuka, like, oh no, she has all the prerequisites of blondness to be what she looks exactly like every woman they've pushed. You know, they didn't organically build their own followers, so neither here nor there. Ricochet defeated Eric Young in his SmackDown debut. DIY defeated The Bar. So that's back-to-back tag team wins against two of the better tag teams on these shows. And to close out SmackDown in a 6-man tag, Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy defeat Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe. Why is that significant? Kofi pinning Daniel Bryan in that match made him number one contender. Kofi Kingston will face Daniel Bryan again, this time one-on-one WWE title at Fastlane. Kofi, time to get the money. Let's get back to it. Let's get the money. Let's become world champ. Let's do it. It'll never not get old. Just let you know. Never not get old. That song, they ain't played it in 5 years, but bringing it back for Kofi. Anyway, good job, Kofi. We rooting for you still. We'll be back next week. We'll talk about some stuff. And I have not forgotten about the Invasion podcast where I relitigate the WCW Invasion of WWE from 2001. What went right, what went wrong, what couldn't go right or wrong because of contract situations, how injuries affected or altered the landscape, and wrestling styles. So that's pretty much it. But yeah. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up this week. I appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Peace.